with Whitney Houston in it, called the Bodyguard with Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner plays one of Ronald Reagan's ex-Secret Service agents who's been hired to protect a superstar played by Whitney Houston. You know, it's interesting how, in retrospect, we've seen things that seem to almost predict the future. You know what I mean? So on news of her death, it hit me. It's never really been I've never really been appreciative enough, at least in my own mind, of Whitney Houston. I haven't really been appreciative of her, and really I haven't been appreciative enough of hardly anything or anyone in my life. Even you, whoever you are, you know, of what you're doing for me, you know, by watching this video, for example. You know, so the least I can do is recognize that, right? I mean, you could be doing something else with your precious time, like watching Ray William Johnson reviewing buffalo farts, right, or hippo farts, whatever that was. But don't get me wrong. You know, I'm appreciative of him too. The guy's a wonderful inspiration to me. You know, and I kid the guy. So the point is, Whitney Houston and others, I suddenly feel the need to be thankful for them. And to realize, hey, you know what? You know, I really appreciate everything in my life. So thank you for that, whoever you are. No matter what it is that you think I may have done to you or for you, you know, thank you. I mean, that guy I ran off the road the other day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, Whitney Houston was beautiful. And I don't mean just in the way that she looked. There was a real depth to her. Something kind of beyond words. You know what I mean? Anyway, The Bodyguard. It's a good movie. And if you haven't seen it, you might want to rent it sometime and watch it. Now, do you know what a pharmacon is? A pharmacon is a geek word, I mean a Greek word, that means a scapegoat, person to blame something on. You see, it's human nature to not want to take responsibility for things, you know, when things go wrong, to be able to blame it on somebody. So in ancient Greece, when things got really bad, they'd take a criminal or an unpopular person, or they just draw lots, you know, and pick anybody, or find somebody who appears to be practicing witchcraft and making bad things happen. In fact, did you know what pharmaceutical means? Pharmaceutical means the practice of witchcraft. Now, if you don't believe it, look it up. Would I lie to you? Anyway, they take this person. It could be anyone. It could be you. Yeah, you. And they kill them. All right, or make them drink poison, or you know, run them out of town, or you know, throw rocks at them. Well, nowadays, just unplug. All they do is they just unplug your YouTube account. Now, Whitney Houston presumably died of an overdose of prescription drugs, like Xanax, alcohol, and cocaine. You know, right? I mean, at the time when I made this video, it wasn't officially known what the cause was. We didn't know if it was true or not. But that's what was suspected. Although it was actually something else that killed her. Just my opinion. Okay, okay, let me explain. When a person becomes a celebrity, they give up their lives to their fame, their audience, their fans, their public. You know, your life isn't your own anymore when you're a celebrity. A normal life has been taken away from you. You lose your solace. You lose a part of your soul. And by the way, you don't need to be a celebrity for this to happen to you. So it's like when you become a celebrity, your life really isn't your own anymore. And if somebody who's highly valued by popular demand is murdered, then the person who murdered them is put on public trial. And then there's this big media circus, you know, where the judge is the ringmaster and the defense attorneys are the lion tamers. And the high wire artists are the accused. And the elephant, you know, the elephant is the big body of evidence, right? Huge, huge. So when a celebrity dies, that person wasn't just anybody. You know, it wasn't just somebody, you know, some guy who belonged under the bridge, you know. No, that person, that celebrity, was somebody who belonged to all of us, you know, mine. You know, one moment we're prosecuting Michael Jackson for being in bed with little boys, and then fast forward, and we're prosecuting the doctor who provided him with the pharmaceuticals that killed him. It was witchcraft. Now, who killed Whitney Houston? Well, when this video was made, the putative thinking was that Whitney Houston killed Whitney Houston, right? But even so, people were looking around for the pharmacon, you know, the scapegoat, the person to blame for Whitney's death, asking questions like, why didn't somebody stop her? Why didn't somebody intervene? You know? Well, listen, you know, you got to stop living and dying in fantasy land sometime or another, right? If not this life, maybe a future one, okay? You know, you just try to get between addicts and their next fix, or stand in the way of drunks and their next bottle. I mean, come on, grow up. They'll burn you down. If they can't get around you, they'll go right through you. No matter how much you care for them. It's just, you just have to get out of the way. You know, you have to cut yourself loose and run for cover. When the fact of the matter is, everybody is responsible for everybody else. That's a real civilization, where everybody is acutely aware of how his or her actions, words, and even mere thoughts, even your secretly held opinions and attitudes, come bubbling out of your subconscious minds. How this, in some degree, affects everybody else. You see, now, that's a real society. That's what a real society is. Not a pharmaceutical society where, you know, where you're feeling bad, you know, when you're feeling bad, you get drunk, doped up, or laid, or you put your mind out, but, you know, to ease by just blaming it on somebody else. Where you go and take a pill to make it go away. So, why isn't Whitney Houston on trial for taking Whitney Houston away? I mean, if you can't blame the victim of suicide for murder, why would you blame it on anybody else? The point of this, my finger is aimed at you because there's something that you can do about it. There's more than just 12 steps. As a homeopath, I have confidence that there's treatment for drug and alcohol addiction, better than what people are getting today. But this society is missing it because it's too busy looking for someone to blame it on.